Hello. Late right now, but I wanted to film. I felt like filming at night would be cozy for this video anyways. I have my tea here since I've been trying to drink tea at night. The tea I'm drinking is Bengal spice tea that my mom put me on. It's one of those box teas that you get from any grocery store. It's caffeine free, so it's nice to drink at night. I put a little tiny splash of creamer in, like a chai latte without all the sugar. I wanted to make a video recapping my June favorites. This is almost like a combination of everything I've liked this year, but June specifically. Okay, I don't know how to split this up into categories, so we're gonna start off with maybe some stationery. I've really been loving writing letters. Muji is a store out here in New York. I didn't know about it before, but they have very simple stationery setup. I have this notebook from them, plain paper, there's no lines. I found it the best paper for writing my letters in. It's from Muji as well, are just envelopes. The pens that I use, also from Muji, I have them in my cute little pen set. I like writing with their 0.5 pens. I feel like they glide on the page wonderfully. This I got at a different stationery store. It's just a grid notebook. I filled up my last notebook at the last job that I was at, and I always love having a notebook. But it's basically just my everyday, just writing my notes down. Everything is recorded. Yeah, my little sticky notes. And then this, a weekly to-do list that I got at the same stationery store I got this at. I like to differentiate from my Hobonichi. So this is my Hobonichi. And this is my yearly planner. It is my favorite thing ever. It's broken out daily, so every day I'm writing down my things. I draw a little photo. I love having a full page to write my day out. And I usually use it to write where I ate, like if I got coffee at a new spot and I want to record like where I went. In the beginning of the book, it also lists the months, and so that's a good just glimpse over for me. So some shoes I've been wearing lately that I've been loving. These shoes have been my like everyday go-to. They are from Pesh. Shop Pesh on Instagram. I went to their store in New York and tried these ones on. They were a little bit big, but I didn't like how the smaller size fit on. These shoes, which I'll be showing these soon of the journey it was to get them, but I got these on Facebook Marketplace. They don't have a brand on them. They just say 245 on the bottom. But they're wonderful tabby shoes. They do have the white thread on the back, so like a Margiela knockoff, but regardless, they are my favorite. They are very comfortable. Mocha pot, I wanted to show you guys. This is my mocha pot. I got this when I first moved to New York, and it has been my best friend. The quality is so yummy. It's almost a mix of espresso and drip coffee. It's just been such a nice routine in the morning. Speaking of morning routines, I just wanted to show these two products that I use. Naturum Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50. I am very particular with my skincare. I was really wanting to try the Dew Glow, just test something new out that was clean and something that wouldn't clog my pores. And I've really been liking it so far. It goes on my skin very easy. It's very smooth. It doesn't feel heavy, which is really nice. This one, however, I am almost out of, which is a good sign. It is a small bottle. I got this one at CO Bigelow in the West Village, an iconic pharmacy in New York. It's literally the only one that I will go to because Carolyn Bessette Kennedy went, and so obviously I have to go. Dore? Made in France. This is just micellar cleansing water. So I've liked this to take off my makeup. I'm probably gonna get the bigger bottle now that I've done the smaller bottle. I'll do that every now and then when I don't want to fully commit to a bigger product. Going back to my homewares, I had a few things I wanted to show. This is a Hello Kitty silverware set. Moving out here, I did not bring any of my own dishes, silverware, anything like that other than a few mugs. So I wanted to just have my own spoon and fork, and what better to have them in Hello Kitty. I have this beautiful vase that I got. I was walking around Brooklyn into just a plant shop in Brooklyn, and they had some vases, and I've been looking for a vase because I like to buy flowers for myself every week. When I saw this vase, I was literally gagged. It is one of those that you stick the stems into the base. It was totally giving Elsa Peretti vibes. There is another little trinket bowl that I got the other day. This is just a silver bowl. I got it out thrifting. I got this little bag from Baggu. So I made a little Baggu trip at the beginning of June. I was walking in the Baggu store specifically to get these bags. I have this larger one when I go to Trader Joe's, and then this one I just keep in my bag at all times. When I saw this bad boy, I just love something that's also functional. Keep my headphones in there. I also keep my keys in there. Okay. Sparkle nail polish. I usually don't paint my nails or have them long because I like to be doing things with my hands, like climbing, for example. One of my friends has a nail kit at her house, so she did my nails this past weekend. This wine red color, and then this silver sparkle. And I don't know why I have never painted my nails silver before, but it just feels so me. Like, it is just the most me I have ever felt with nails done. With it being the end of June, I also wanted to have a new scent going into summer. I purchased this scent. It's Jo Malone Wood, Sage, and Sea Salt. I have felt like this is the perfect summer scent for myself. It's very woodsy. It is a cologne technically. It is a little musky, but I really like that mixed with the sea salt. Jo Malone scents specifically I've heard are really good for layering. So I also have this scent, Friend She, from Target in scent Lavender Cloud. Layering these two together just brings out a whole new scent, feeling of woodsy, the wind flowing through, just a summer day in the park, you're reading a book. Some music I've been loving this month. I've been listening to a lot of Coldplay, namely the Parachutes album, namely Sparks. There could be a lot of reasons behind that. One being the whole Dakota Johnson of it all, them ending that relationship after 8 years, and obviously I'm not them, so I don't know the whole story, but just her wanting to move forward and get married and have kids and him just not wanting that. The song in general just is so emotional, and the live version, every single video I come across, I have to watch the whole thing. It has done something to my brain. I just feel it so deeply. So that album has been on repeat. The Men I Trust album, not their latest one, but the second to latest, that has been my favorite album. I've been listening to a lot of Cigarettes After Sex. You know, just the vibe of sadness. In the morning, my day list is always instrumental, which is very nice because I'm on the subway. I've been listening to this French band, La Femme. They're fantastic. Let me see my like songs. Empire Ants is one of my latest like songs on Spotify by The Gorillaz and Little Dragon. Paul McCartney Let 'Em In song is also one of my recently liked. Amour by Jean Michael Blias. Eyes Without a Face by Cinderella. Tried and True by Ween. Knew You Well by Art Lowen. I Talk to the Wind by King Crimson. That's a really good one. Wandering Star by Portishead. Okay, my camera's gonna die, so I'm like looking at what I can say really quick. It's now the next morning, and I realized there's still so much that I didn't share. So I went back and kind of rewrote my list a little bit. Wanted to make sure I'm getting the whole rounded favorites here. The movies that I've watched this month, Closer, I thought was really good. It's with Natalie Portman and Jude Law. They have kind of an unconventional love story that it goes into. Really emotional. I love those kind of films that really are deep and personal. Notting Hill, I wasn't so sure about. It took me a few nights to finish just because I would start it and then it would get late and then I would watch another portion the next night. It just felt really long. But since I've watched it, I think about it, and if a movie has that effect on me where I'm just thinking about it every now and then, I consider it to be a good movie because I'm considering the storylines, the characters. Lost in Starlight is on Netflix. That's a Korean anime that was really good. It felt a little bit like Cyberpunk on Netflix to me, with the whole like journey into space, maybe just that aspect, and that it was anime. But I thought it was really good, really cute love story, and the graphics are just insane. The artistry is incredible, very beautiful. I went and saw On Swift Horses recently. I had no idea going into it what it was about, and it was such a good movie. Really good story on love, on just finding yourself and getting out of a relationship, and just how they connected everyone together. I went and saw The Materialist this past weekend. I liked the like overall premise of the movie, of trying to be honest with yourself. There wasn't really a tone that was followed in the movie. It is an A24 movie, so it's just kind of all over the place. I felt like just some of the things weren't tied up as they should have been, but it was good, so I still wanted to include it in this roundup. Shows that I've been watching, Sex and the City, that's just one I always have on. I haven't totally finished it yet. I'm in season 6 and I'm really taking my time with it. I think I just don't want it to end. And I know that there's movies, but it just feels different. Free Ren on Netflix was so good. I finished that this month. Just very sweet, lighthearted show. It was kind of reminding me of Delicious in Dungeon, if you've seen that on Netflix, and also Avatar: The Last Airbender, how every episode has this lesson and story. It kind of felt like that once you got further into the season. And the other thing that I have been watching this month is Survivor. Once the summertime hits, I have this like itch to watch Survivor that's so strong, and I have to binge it. Like, I have to watch at least 3 episodes in one go. And yeah, it's weird. I had to take a break because it was getting a little bit out of hand. I watched 2 seasons in like the span of a week, and so I needed to slow it down. Just such a good show. What I'm reading this month, Substacks that I'm reading this month, is Cake for Lunch. It's 2 girls that I follow separately, Angel Cake and Lunch on Friday, but I specifically like when they do a collab together. I love reading all of Postcards by Elle. Really great read, People's Princess, Club Reticent, and Notes On. So Notes On will be like, they'll have a topic like notes on love, notes on coffee dates, like that kind of vibe. If you're not on Substack, definitely a great place to move your media consumption to, so you're not just doom scrolling. Physical books that I've been reading, I read Perfume. Such a weird book. I actually gave it 2 stars on my Goodreads, but it's another one of those things that I'm constantly thinking about, so I think I need to go back and re-rate that on my Goodreads to at least a 3.5. The way everything was described, I felt like I was thinking about scent in a whole different way. I'm still reading Objects of Desire. That is a book that's composed of about 11 mini stories, but just before reading it, I read Woman Destroyed, and that's also a book comprised of 3 separate stories. A very good book. I really liked seeing a different perspective, because when I'm reading books, I usually insert myself in some way, like connecting it back to my own life. But Woman Destroyed was hard to connect back to my own life because they're of older women kind of going through these crises about how they're navigating their life, and selfishly but also very passionately. And yeah, a really good book, really good read. Big Swiss I read a little while ago, but I wanted to include it because I feel like it was the start of my passion for reading books about mentally ill women going through these spirals. And what I'm listening to, so I do have books on tape that I listened to the past month and a half, I would say. The Goldfinch, oh my, that was one of the most incredible books I have read probably thus far. It is in my top 10. An incredible story, the characters are so beautiful. I felt like it was a really good listen too. I also listened to Camera Girl about Jackie Kennedy, Jackie Bouvier. Love her, such an icon. It was a really good biography book, written in a different way where it wasn't a story. It was kind of just a collection of letters and stories of her from other people. So really good listen. I'm listening to The Ninth House right now, and that one's really fun. I started reading that one a few months ago in paperback and wasn't connecting with it. I didn't know that it was going to be a fantasy type book, so that also kind of threw me off. But listening to it on tape has been a fun listen, where it's based around the secret societies of Yale. And then there's a memoir I listened to the past little while, Mean Baby by Selma Blair. Very good memoir. That one just jumped out at me. I didn't really know who Selma Blair was before. She's an actress. Just her navigating her life. Some podcasts I've been listening to. Fashion People is a great one to get just updates in the fashion world. Business of Fashion, also great to be in the know. Brenda Awareness, absolutely obsessed. Another fashion take, but very raw and original, which I love. I just love her in general. What We Said podcast, that's a good just kind of mindless podcast. I started listening to that one years ago back in Utah. I think a lot of Utah girls have ties to that podcast specifically, but still a good listen. The Daily is a good listen every morning for just your news take, and the Journal, also a good one for news. And then I listen to Let's Get Dressed by Liv Perez. I love specifically when she has guests on because she always has the best guest appearances from people in the fashion world. She has different CEOs on and different creatives talking about their field, and just very knowledgeable. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. I think I'm gonna end it there. There's like other random things I included on my eating and drinking, but it's like, I don't know if anyone really cares about that. I have been trying different bacon, egg, and cheeses from different delis in my area, so that's been kind of fun, kind of a fun little experiment. But I always just refer back to the one that's on my corner. My local deli has the best bacon, egg, and cheese, and it's cheap, you know, you can't get better than that. That is all that I have for you guys. I just have a lot of favorites and I wanted to share all the good things. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week.